Yes.
3 salads.
Yeah, 2 for me, 1 for you. Or, at a push, I would go 1.5 each. I'm willing to be...
Oh look, he supplied a spoon this time.
Yeah, I noticed that. I did actually notice that. Ooh.
Bum 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 ba 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 ba. Whoop, ba, 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 do, 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 do. Is it not working now?
Yes, it's working.
Doesn't appear to be. Wow.
There we go.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Can't see it. Oh, I can a bit now.
Excellent. Well, I am jolly well looking forward to this.
Jolly well, 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 jolly well, 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 jolly, 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 jolly well, 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 jolly well, 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 jolly well, well, hoo, jolly well, well. You imagine like you sat next to 2 blokes and that's what you do.
Hey, that beat has really got some crispy funk.
Crispy funk.
That'd be a good name, wouldn't it, for somebody?
Crispy funk.
The name's Funk. Crispy Funk.
Yeah. I fancy changing my Facebook name from Roverman. Oh fucking hell, that is... no wonder he put some foil in it.
Yeah.
That is doing some spillage, isn't it?
He's taken that to the max in terms of spillage.
I've got to try and balance this now.
What did you have for dinner last night? And where did you eat it? Have you got a dining table? Have you got a dining room?
Yeah.
Or have you got a kitchen diner?
It's a kitchen diner.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
And you've got a dining set in there.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just a small set of table and chairs.
Alright.
Gosh, this is dangerous.
Oh. Yeah, there's genuine jeopardy there. We had a
Show that chapatis.
We had a fantastic staff curry on Saturday. We had a special one. We had a nice goat curry with a very special sauce, and it was absolutely delicious.
I bet it was.
Do you like goat?
Never tried it. I like goats.
Okay, here's a question for
I
you.
love goats.
What is the gladdest you've ever been to eat an animal?
Gosh, that's a spicy one, that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have a bit of that?
Huh?
Is there a bit of that for me?
Yeah. I did it sort of in half.
Thank you. Yeah, what is the gladdest you have ever been to eat an animal? I've got a very definite answer to this.
I don't know. I don't remember feeling really glad to eat an animal.
Oh, I do.
Well, I mean, I do. I love eating animals. And I spent about 3 years as a vegetarian once.
Did you?
Yeah,
I
and
never
then
knew that.
decided that I really wanted Christmas dinner. So I bought a turkey and I left it on the worktop overnight and come down in the morning and found the cats had been eating it.
The gladdest I've ever been was when I was with Lise down in Exeter, and her mate had given up being, all of her mates were pilots. Because obviously she was in the airline industry. And one of her mates had given up piloting, or semi-given up, doing it kind of part-time. And he'd become an emu farmer.
Emu farmer?
Emu farmer.
Oh,
Or was it ostrich? Oh, I think it was emu. Oh no, it could have been ostrich. Anyway, we went to a do at his place one night. And he introduced me to the emus, or ostriches, whichever they were. And said, look, if any of them get a bit antsy with you, you put your hand up like that, making that your head, so that you're bigger than they are, and they'll back down. Anyway,
idiots, aren't they?
this
That's all it takes.
this bloody thing was a right horrible swine of an animal.
Oh, they're not nice animals then.
Kept having a go at me, and I said I want to eat that one. And I did eat him, and I was really happy. Oh, that'll fucking teach you. Who's come out on top there then, son? Eh?
Oh yeah.
It ain't you.
Yeah, you learned a lesson.
Fancy you being a vegetarian. I can't imagine that. Were you single then?
No. Dear Lord of Noodly Appendage, of which we are most grateful for your existence, thank you for our lunch, and thank you for being so patient in the time that we didn't even bother to thank you for providing us with such lunch. You know, we forgot. Sorry.
Ramen.
Chicken soup. That's what this is, really, isn't it?
It's actually called soup as well.
Mm.
And we always have it as an aperitif. When we make staff curry, we all have a bowl of the soup as an aperitif.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favourite things.
Is it?
Mm.
It's rather nice. 2 naan breads would have been better though.
Have you prepared the unknown banquet as a possibility of a car purchase?
No.
Now I'm going to let you into a secret, ladies and gentlemen. When we were in Istanbul, the takeaway stroke restaurant place, would you call that a restaurant?
Well, it's a takeaway with tables.
Mustard was talking to a chum. Not somebody I know.
I only know him from in there.
And the chap was asking where Mustard's dad was. And Mustard said, oh, it's a Monday. It's my dad comes to see me on Tuesdays, and we always come here. So let's keep track of this. So we've got Monday, Istanbul, Tuesday, Istanbul. And the chap then went on to say, who's the guy that you come in with on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
And my ears pricked up then. I thought, Wednesday as well? Bloody hell. And I'll cut a long story short. The reason that everybody knows Mustard in there is because he's in there minimum 5 days a week, sometimes 6.
Yeah.
What does Senior Mustard have when you go there? What's his go-to meal?
Usually curry.
Oh.
Well, this isn't as filling as that, but it is tastier. That's what I think.
I wouldn't argue with that, but I eat that every night, so. Wouldn't be a treat for me.
I've got some biryani in the fridge anyway, but I'm still hungry afterwards.
Biryani? Homemade or bought?
No, I made it. Made it a few days back.
Do you reckon you could get away with using a camp stove in a hotel room?
Yeah. Of course you could.
Could you?
Well, somebody could.
I've been thinking of my supper options for next Monday. And I wondered if I could get away with taking a camp stove and taking some of my own food.
Well, as long as they don't see you take it in there, or don't care that you take it in there.
Would it set off some sort of smoke alarm or something?
Yeah, probably. That is worthwhile considering, actually. Smoke alarms.
I was talking to some colleagues last night. And of course, being Hindi, they can't eat beef because the cow is a sacred animal. I said, but you drink milk. And they said, yeah. I said, well, is that not sacred? And they sort of said, well, it is like, the cow is like our mother, and our mother gives milk. And I thought, well, okay, but I thought that was a bit of a dubious argument, because the closest thing that we in the UK have had to a sacred animal was Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And it would have gone down really badly if we'd tried to milk her. You know, she was held in incredibly high regard, like a sacred figure. But I would never have felt entitled to milk her.
Really?
Do you think she breastfed?
Yeah. You can tell.
Can you? How much do you think the royal family actually do for themselves?
Well, they don't do it for anyone else. Now, are you a royalist?
Huh?
Yeah, I thought so.
I mean, I believe in the royal family.
Well, I know you believe in them.
I believe they exist.
Yeah.
And I think they're better than us.
If they're not better than us, then well, it wouldn't work if there wasn't, would it? Though? You know, if they were just the same as everybody else, then we wouldn't really have. This is the thing, actually. I'd say if they were just the same as everybody else, we wouldn't have the same kind of respect. But other people would say, "I'd respect him more. They were just like us." But
There's a very good book written by Sue Townsend, who of course wrote Adrian Mole. And I'm exactly the same age as Adrian Mole.
yeah,
Yeah.
got 13 3/4.
I was 13 3/4 at the time that The Secret Diary of Adrian Mole, aged 13 3/4, was released. So we kind of grew up together, which was quite cool until everything went tits up and he got terminal cancer. And I thought, oh dear, I wouldn't like that.
No.
But then ironically, Sue Townsend died before he did. But yeah, Sue Townsend wrote a book called The Queen and I, in which a republic government came into power and they abolished the royal family. And the royal family were sent to live in council housing on a council estate, and they had to live on benefits. It was really interesting. And it was a bit prescient in a way, because at that time Diana and Charles were together. But in the book, Diana ran off with a flash black guy.
Would you be surprised to find out that Diana was still alive? Sharing the bed sit with Elvis,
Surprised.
Michael Jackson.
I'd be amazed. I'm amazed she got away with it for as long as she did. You'd think she'd have been whacked as soon as she produced her.
Fucking hell.
Oh, well, okay. Harry,
Oh yeah.
is he Charles's son?
Well, yeah, he doesn't look like him, does he?
And he does look very suspiciously like the man she was having an affair with.
Yeah.
James Hewitt, I think it was, wasn't it?
Mm.
So what's your call on that?
Do I have to have one?
Ah,
I don't know.
be quite boring if you didn't.
Well, she was having an affair with the captain, and
What, Tom Moore?
yeah, and she had a child that looks a bit like him, who doesn't want to be part of the royal family any longer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speculation would say perhaps perhaps Prince Charles didn't deal the fateful podgering after all.
Poor old Charles. Are you enjoying him being king?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Can't say it's made any real difference to my life, but I've never actually disliked him myself.
If there was a referendum tomorrow on whether the monarchy should be abolished, which way would you vote?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't vote?
Oh no. Why would I think that the place would be better without them?
I'm not asking why would you vote to get rid of them. I'm asking which way you'd vote.
Well, I'd vote to keep.
Okay.
Well, why do you ask that? You know the answer.
I wasn't certain. Did you vote in the Brexit referendum? And which way did you vote?
Remain.
Oh, good man. That was, of course, the correct vote. Who has been your favourite Prime Minister during your life?
Well, it's going to have to be Thatcher, I think. Although at the time I didn't really, I didn't follow her particularly, but she was a tough one, wasn't she?
Oh yeah. The Iron Lady.
I had some nice bread last night, actually.
I saw your picture on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I made it. There's nothing, doesn't seem to be anything quite as appetising as freshly made bread.
That's the danger of it. You end up eating all of it with 600 pounds of butter.
Well, I don't see the problem with that. Another tub to keep.
You can never get them perfectly clean once they've had curry in them.
Oh, I know. But how clean do they need to be?
Huh, good point.
Yes, there's stain, that's all. Who's your favourite Prime Minister?
Oh, Thatcher.
I thought that'd be.
He's a big fan.
Right, who's your least favourite?
Oh, good question. Well, it should be Boris Johnson for taking us out of the EU. But he was such good comedy value, I can't say him.
Would you like to have lunch with Boris?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
He'd be right up there on my list. I'd love to have lunch with Boris. Okay, so you and me having lunch with Boris Johnson, and we can invite 2 other people. Who would you invite?
We've had this question before, haven't we?
variations on
Yeah.
it, probably.
Would you like another political person there, so you could have some real edginess, or would you prefer it to be much more light-hearted?
I wouldn't have another political person there with Boris because he's not a political person. So it'd be quite interesting to have another ego on legs so that they clashed. But my
Like Clarkson.
oh god, they'd probably get on really well. Now, my first thought of who I'd have would be Joseph Lloyd.
Oh.
That would be interesting. I'd love to have lunch with Clarkson.
Have you ever wondered whether any of these people know you?
No,
I have.
why would they?
Well, because you don't know how far your character, your personality, your presence is known.
That's an interesting thought.
Mm.
Okay,
I'm only 2 steps away from the real big boys myself.
are you?
Oh yeah.
Explain.
Well, I know Mike Fernie, and Mike Fernie does a lot of stuff with the Hammond.
Okay. So that means I'm 3 steps away.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of stuff with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we should put these alleged connections to more use. Maybe we should milk them. And on a Monday, maybe we should just go and foist ourselves upon the most famous people that will accommodate us.
Be like a road trip around Britain.
Like I did with you, I found an excuse to come here. I mean, it was a genuine excuse, as it goes. But if we could find an excuse to just go and hang out with people that are more famous than we are, purely for our own ends.
Oh yeah, wouldn't be for theirs. We could probably get someone with some of them. If we had a thing of, more mustard and boaty do lunch with, and
Yeah.
we've made a point of seeking out. If we could script our lunches somewhat, instead of just sat down just thinking of, because this is why I don't understand why you have these videos all the time, because a lot of the time we don't really do anything other than just have a conversation.
Great.
Oh.
Well, let's try it. Who should we... Let's pick a famous person that one of us knows and say, we'd like to have lunch with you, please.
Okay.
Who would be on this shortlist?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Well,
Everyone with more
there
subscribers than us.
are a bunch of obvious ones, aren't there? Because we're probably just going to head straight for the YouTube people that are indeed better known than what we are.
Yeah.
So then we'd have Joseph Lloyd,
Mm-hmm.
who knows us well enough to probably turn it down because of the trouble it might bring. And the other obvious ones would, of course, be Chop's Garage.
Oh, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
That guy from High Peak Autos, although I don't think we're the same kind of people that he is at all.
No.
No.
No, I don't think so either.
Um,
He wouldn't have been on my list.
no. But Hubnut.
That could be interesting.
But I would imagine that Hubnut wouldn't go for it.
Hubnut would knock us. Be interesting to try.
Yeah, would, yeah.
You know him. I don't know him at all. You do.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I bet
I know he knows.
bet he's heard of you.
Oh, he has.
Has he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because his live stream was spammed.
Endlessly, yeah. And he knows I've got Joseph 45.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Right.
That would be interesting.
The trouble is, you've got all these.
If we sent him a thing, a proper thing, saying, we're doing blah, 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 an extension of Must and Bertie Do Lunch, and we're travelling around the country meeting our heroes, our YouTube heroes, and you are number one on our list.
Would you say that about all of them?
Oh, yeah. Would you be willing to let us come to somewhere near you, buy your lunch and film it? What do you think it'd say?
I reckon that this is the weird thing. I can't see him being that comfortable with it, because if he does know you at all, he's going to know just how obnoxious you are,
Yeah.
and how uncomfortable you would go out of your way to make him feel.
Would I, though?
But for the sake of making a video, yeah.
I didn't do that with Joseph.
No, but he was buying a car off of him.
Not at the car show, I wasn't. When we did the live together.
That's true, yeah.
I wouldn't make Hubnut deliberately uncomfortable. I would be...
No, not deliberately. It's just by who you are. See, the thing is, you've got all of these journalist types, all the people.
I would dial it right down, because it would be... I could do myself some good with that. I'm not going to fuck that up for the sake of a bit of cheap ego comedy. Not with Hubnut, anyway.
We've got a whole load of.
I would with James,
Would you?
because I think he'd take it.
What? Which one?
JM.
Right.
I think he'd take it. I mean, I've told you, I've always had my opening line planned.
Oh yeah, yeah. But isn't that going to be one of those lines he's heard an awful lot though?
Probably, maybe I should come up with a better one.
Yeah. Well, no. Maybe that might be the point, because he would have heard it a lot. Why not do it one more time? Yeah, well, as I was about to say, all of these people have got a history in either journalism or photography or something like that. They're all serious people, really. And they all do have a little quirk on the go. James in particular, with his delivery on his videos. But you and I are very much the opposite end, where we're the jokers of the pack, aren't we?
Yeah.
And everybody knows that. The two of us together, you're a bad influence on me.
Oh, that's it. Blame me.
Well, no, I mean, you are, because it's like when we did the 45 thing the other day. If I was by myself, that video would have been completely different. But instead, it ended up with me saying things like, you haven't got enough hands for the perfect woman. There's no way that would just end up in my video without you being
No,
there.
hang on. No. Just to put on record, did I or did I not say to you when we set off that morning, I am just going to shut up and let you do your thing. Bring me in if you want to. Otherwise, I will just shut up and let you make
Yes,
your
you
video.
did. And I think that was the worst thing you could have done.
Let's fire off. Let's write an email. fire it off to all of them and see who says yes and see who says no and see what excuses they come out with. And let's really go out.
All right, who else have we got?
Right, let's do the list here. Let's do Hubner,
Yeah,
James,
Yeah.
J. Among Us, Matt Richardson,
yep.
Joseph,
Joseph.
yeah,
Yeah, that's 4.
Hammond,
Richard Hammond.
yeah, let's do Richard Hammond.
Well,
You were the one who mentioned him. You
Yeah.
said you're only 2 steps away from him. Well, all right, invite Mike and Richard.
right, yeah.
Do them both.
Okay. So anybody,
But they've got to pay for their own lunch.
anybody that we can actually contact.
Yeah,
by normal means.
Yeah.
Because another one that would be good would be Matt Armstrong.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's the big guy now.
Okay, well, let's try him.
I've got a feeling you'd find him really annoying.
All right.
In fact, I know you would do. But he's the guy who buys supercars that have been crashed and basically fixes them.
Okay. Steph?
Steph, I can't see her going for it, but why not?
No, that's the point.
That's
we're
the point,
just
yeah.
going to fire these things off and see what comes back from various people.
Yeah.
And I'm genuinely going to do this, or we're genuinely going to do this.
What a great idea.
Yeah. Right, who else? Dan!
Dan's Bangers.
Yeah, we've got to
Yes!
do Dan's Bangers.
He's definitely at the top of the list.
Yeah.
We need a Dan's Bangers song. Dan's Bangers.
Dan's Bangers.
Dan's
Bangers.
The guy you've never heard of.
Yes, they have. God almighty, I've been banging the Dan's Bangers drum for long enough. Okay, who else?
There were quite a few not as well known.
Harry Metcalf.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Harry Metcalf, I watched a brilliant one of his last night that he put a new one out yesterday and I really enjoyed it on the Aston Martin Lagonda. A Series 4, I didn't even know such a thing existed. I had no idea. But yeah, we'll invite him.
We're actually talking about something where we wouldn't. We'd have to be a bit unexpected in our company, because all anybody ever sees us is just being dicks. And if that's what they was expecting, but suddenly we're being quite serious about things.
Do people think we're dicks?
Well, I'd have thought so. Neither of us do anything really serious, do we?
We've done serious videos. Boaty's Bogs is a genuine comment on society.
Yeah, but that's just it. Do you want to have dinner with a man that makes videos about going through shit? Sometimes he does fake noises with it.
Oh God, there is a real one on there.
Yeah, no.
There's a challenge.
Well, spot the real one.
There is one video with real noises on there. Spot the real noise video. Go on, who else are we going to do it to then? Come on, there must be more.
So, what about some that aren't as well known? Because we've run out of those. I'll tell you what. We could actually just have a right. There's Car Throttle.
Never heard of him.
No, Alex. Alex's Assets.
I've heard of that one. Hang on, I'll just go through my subscriber list. Blot. We could invite Blot for lunch.
Who?
Blot.
Blot. Oh, is the
Blot Outdoors guy.
Yes.
James, we've done.
But if it was to just stick with motoring people.
Okay, motoring people.
Yeah.
Just having a look at my... James, definitely James. Chops.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one, actually.
What we need then?
Because James, we could be ourselves.
Yeah.
Because James will take the piss out of himself and other people.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
What we need then?
With his fucking video titles, you'd have to be able to accept people taking the piss. And they're getting worse.
When are we going to find time to do this though?
I had this idea for a video.
Did you?
Yeah, well, the video title was going to be a picture of us, and the title was just going to be, "Is this the end for Mustard and Boaty?" And then I was going to do a spoken over intro piece saying, you know, blah, 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 blah. And not going to hide away from this, not going to hide it from you guys. And I'm going to speak directly to Mustard now, and we're going to talk about it openly and frankly. And then we cut to the live, and I would say, "Well, is this the end for you and me?" And you say, "No, everything's fine." I'd say, "Oh, right, okay, good." And then you'd say, "Well, why did you ask that? And why have you done that as the video title? Have you been watching fucking Chop's Garage again?" And I'd say, "Yeah." And that'd be it, end of video. We should do some stuff like that. We started having a little play with it, didn't we, last year?
Yeah.
Of doing, you know, setup videos. Well, we should try doing some shit like that, especially when the weather's fucking awful and we're doing sod all else. And we should do this meet up with people more famous than us thing.
I like that idea you just did then. And no one's going to really take that seriously. but the ending is quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, rather than putting it on this, you could just do that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might as well do. It's a video that might actually get somebody looking at, you know, it. Yeah, but where would we find the time to do all this? That's the thing.
After the guys brought the car.
Oh, okay. See you soon.
Let's turn that down a bit. It's nice and warm in here now, isn't it?
There it is. Yeah.
I did well by bringing some more gas, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I'm a good boy, aren't I?
I did good, didn't I, Daddy?
Who else? Is there anybody we've missed? I just want to see what people come back with. Okay, let's have a guess, and you guys can guess as well. What do you think the reactions will be? Will it be, "Yeah, I'd be up for that"? Would it be just completely ignored it, no reply at all? Or would it be, "What? Get fucked"? Let's go through.
Chop's Garage. I reckon he'd just say yeah.
I reckon he'd just say yeah.
Joseph Lloyd.
Yeah.
I reckon he'd say yeah.
Yeah.
Hubnut.
Get fucked.
I don't think he'd say that.
Well, it wouldn't literally say
I
that.
think
I think he'd say, "Oh, I'm a bit too busy
Yeah.
at the moment," and
I think he'd have to see this in action somewhere else first
yeah.
to make sure he wasn't too far out of his comfort
That
zone.
it was being set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Richardson.
I
I think he might do it.
think he probably would if it fitted in
Mm.
with something. I think he'd probably do it.
Yeah. And James Martin.
Definitely, yeah.
You reckon he'd go for it?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, he loves doing stuff with you, and he wants to do stuff with me. So yeah, of course he would.
Oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
Yeah. So yeah, if we said, "Can we just come down and have lunch with you on the day when you're free?" He'd say, "Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure he would."
Right.
So let's do him first. He's got the most subs. I'm at the gate.
Hello.
Told
Right.
you.
Okay. Coming out. All right, mate.
Right, the car that we need to look at is here. So we'll say thank you for watching, and do be sure to join in the next time that Mustard and Boaty do lunch.